everybody, welcome back to my channel, Sushidragonmaster, and I am back with a bookish video. I do have other videos planned that are not bookish because I just kind of want to branch out, do other things. But I haven't done a bookish video in a long time, so here I am with my best and worst of 2019. So, there's not like a particular number, like I have the same number of good books and the same number of bad books. Not that the bad books are like all bad, I guess, I don't know. Some of them I don't own, so I want to go over those first. We're not really going in any particular order. We're going to bounce back and forth, or maybe we won't. You know what? I'm going to start with the books I liked first. You all watched me make up my mind and change my mind or whatever just happened as I was filming. So we're going to start with the ones that I liked first because that's the ones that most of them I do not own, which is sad. So, starting with the ones that I don't own, the first one is Orange by Ishigo Takano. I think I got that right. This is the first manga I ever read, and I loved it so much. I tried to watch the anime. The anime was not as good as the manga, but then I started watching other anime, and it started things. I guess it was that good that I just started really getting into other stuff in that general realm. I don't know how to explain the story, but I gave it 5 out of 5, and I read it in January, so maybe it was because I read it in January, and it was like the first month. Well, January is the first month of the year. It's not like the first month of the year. It is the first month of the year. So I read my favorite book of the year at the beginning of the year. So obviously I'm going to be comparing everything I read after that to it because, yeah. So another one I do not own that I loved was Supernova by Marissa Meyer. This is the third and final book in the Renegades trilogy. I love this series. It's so good. If you haven't read it, you should read it. It's fun, but it's also frustrating, and I love it. And I'm not going to describe Supernova just because it's the third book of a series. I think I gave it 4 stars, and I love it. Okay, so I have 2 left that I don't own that I loved. One is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer, and this was just something that completely surprised me. I didn't even know I was gonna like it. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but it's like different. It's not the typical Beauty and the Beast retelling. It's different, and I really enjoyed it. I forget why I read it. Was it when I did Disney-a-thon? Was that my team's book? I think it was. But I loved it. It was amazing. I think I gave it 4 stars. It was hard to get a 5-star on me this year. I don't know. I guess I had a rough reading year, but that's okay. It's okay. The last one that I read that I do not own that is definitely one of my favorites is The Rise of Kyoshi by FCE. I think I got that right. Not having the book in front of me makes it harder to say what it is that I'm trying to say. This, it is about Avatar Kyoshi, who is, if you're familiar with Avatar The Last Airbender, which I am, there's Momo on my shirt, and, well, they're all on my shirt, except Suki, because for some reason Suki's not included in Team Avatar on this shirt. So, Avatar Kyoshi was 2 avatars before Aang, who is the main character of Avatar The Last Airbender. And if you're not aware how this world works, basically not every year, I almost said every year, but like every generation, I guess, there's an avatar who can master all 4 elements. So there's water, earth, fire, and air. And it goes in a cycle. So the first avatar was a firebender. So after he were to die, the spirit of the avatar will go into someone else, but it has to be somebody who was born an airbender. And so Kyoshi is an earthbender avatar. So she was born an earthbender, and she's the avatar, but like no one really knows she's the avatar. She doesn't even really know she's the avatar. I'm going to be very controversial and say that this book is better than Legend of Korra. Kyoshi is a better avatar than Korra. Actually, Aang is a better avatar than Korra as well. Roku not so much because he made some questionable decisions, but that's beside the point. It's really good. It's great for fans of Avatar, and by that I mean The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra, that Avatar, not the blue people. Yeah, it's really good. I think I gave it 4 stars. Again. So now to the books I do own. In no particular order. One of them was The Tea Dragon Society by Katie O'Neill. This came in the February Owl Crate. And I just thought, oh, it looks cute. And it was cute. And I really enjoyed it. And I don't know. It was kind of surprising that I enjoyed it as much as I did. I think there's a sequel that I would like to read. But it was so cute. So next, I'm going to talk about these two kind of together because they're both by the same author, but it is Love, Life, and the List by Casey West and The Fill-In Boyfriend by Casey West. This one is my favorite Casey West book. I love it. It's like it's a best friends to lovers kind of story. And it's just something like Casey West is an author that I keep her books around for when I'm in a reading slump and I just need something fast and mindless. And I usually give them all 3 out of 5 stars. I enjoy them, but like they're nothing special. This one I gave 4 stars to. Like every other book on this list besides Orange. And I don't know, this one just like really hit me. I don't know why, but I loved it so much. It just felt like there was more of a story than just a romance. Maybe there wasn't, maybe I was hallucinating, but I really enjoyed this one. And this one, I feel like all my enjoyment of it was based on the fact that I read most of it like after midnight, so my brain was just not in a good state of mind. But either way, it really surprised me. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it that much. And I did. I also gave this one 4 stars. However, Love, Life, and the List is still my favorite. This is my second favorite of her books. It's good. And then we have another one that really surprised me, and that was Winterwood by Shea Earnshaw. So this, I know I didn't really explain the Casey West books, but they're mindless romance books. They don't really need an explanation. But this is about a girl who's a witch, and she finds a boy in the woods. And things happen. And I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Who's shocked? Not me. And it's just something that really shocked me about how much I liked it. I did not think I was gonna like this book, but I did. And talking about me liking this book is slightly spoilery to another video I have coming out that's not going to come out for a while, but it is going to come out, just not for a while. So, yeah, this was a good one. I recommend. Okay, now to the books I did not like. I know I probably should have ended on a positive note, but we're ending on a negative note. I'm sorry. So, the one that I don't own, and I wish there was more that I didn't like, that I don't own. And I'm limiting this to things that I've actually read all the way through because I could make a whole separate video on everything I DNF'd if I actually remembered everything I DNF'd. So the one that I didn't own was Paper Princess by, I think it's Aaron Watt. I don't even want to go into why I didn't like it. I hated it so much. It was so bad. It was so bad, and like I was laughing about how bad it was, and every time I hit something in the book that was just so laughably bad, I would tell my mom, and then she would just say like, where did you even find this book? And it's like, it was at the library and I got it out. And then I kept saying throughout reading it, like, why am I even finishing this book? I think I gave it 1 star. I hope I gave it 1 star. I wish I could give it 0 stars, but I can't. So now, for my least favorite books, I'm just going to start picking off of the top of the pile. So this is, again, not in any particular order, but the first one I see is Come Back to Me by Mila Gray. This book was bad. And again, I don't know why I finished it. I should have known from the cover it was probably not going to be good, because this is just not a good cover. I don't know how to explain why I didn't like this without spoilers. The next one we have is Emergency Contact by H.K. Mary H.K. Choi. In reading it, there were times, so the one main character, Penny. Maybe I should explain what this is about. It's about people who decide to become each other's emergency contact. There we go. So Penny, in the chapters in her perspective, or is the whole book in her perspective? I don't even remember. But it would just be like, Penny wanted to sit down, so Penny sat down. Penny picked up her pen and Penny wrote stuff down. And it was just too much use of names. That's not even the only reason I didn't like it. I just did not like this book. I don't even remember most of the reasons why. I just remembered I didn't like it. So the next one I have isn't one that I hated, but it is something that's popular, and I have a strong reason for disliking it, and that is Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. And to talk about why I didn't like it, I do have to get into spoilers. So if you have not read this book, wait until I put it down, because I'm going to say something that's spoilery. So the reason I did not like this book is because this book, that is a young adult book, and I know a young adult, technically to qualify as a young adult, you have to first be an adult, but young adult in literature refers to teens. So this is a book targeted towards teenagers, and all I was thinking about when I was reading the romance in this, and a thing that goes down with the romance, was that a 14-year-old is gonna read this and think it's okay, and that just wasn't okay with me. Because the boy in this book finds out that the girl is the author of the comic thing that he likes, and he gets really mad about it, which, I don't know, personally, I do understand why he was mad about it, because he just spilled his whole life story to her, and she can't even tell him this one thing that's very simple and not that dramatic. But what he does is he tells her, you have to finish your comic because you're ruining my life and you're going to ruin my chances at getting a job, because I want to be a writer and I can only write if you finish your comic, and you're selfish because you won't finish your comic. That's a horrible thing to do. You don't put all this pressure onto somebody to fix your life. You fix your own life. She has things that she is dealing with. She is not ready to complete her comic, and that's okay. She does not need to do what he wants her to do just because he wants her to do it and he's manipulating her. And yes, it was manipulative, and I did not like it. And if I had read this when I was 14, I would have not seen anything wrong with it, and that's not okay. If you're going to write someone who's manipulative, that's fine. But if it's for a younger audience, make sure you make it clear that what they are doing is manipulative and that it's not okay, and maybe don't make them end up together in the end. Maybe this is something that is only my opinion, and that's okay. You do not have to agree with me, but this is something that I felt was wrong, and I just wanted to say something about it. The next one is Tell Me 3 Things by Julie Buxbaum. I just didn't like it. That's about it. I don't really have any reasons. So the next one is Smoke in the Sun by Renee Ahdieh. I do have the dust jacket. I just didn't feel like putting it on. It was just really disappointing. Really disappointing end to the series because I loved the first book and this was a huge letdown. And the last one I have is Crown of Feathers by Nikki Palprato. Again, me talking about this is spoilers for a video that I don't know when it's coming, but it's coming. And I did not like this book. It was kind of all over the place. There was llama abuse. I don't even remember why there was llamas in this book, but there were, and people were beating the llamas, and that's not okay. We don't beat llamas. It's not okay. We should not put llama abuse in any book. Llamas should be hugged. Hug a llama. Make it feel better after being fictionally abused. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe because I upload very spontaneously, so that's the only way to know when those spontaneous things appear. I make bookish and I'm going to say fandom related content because I do things like Dragon Prince and How to Train Your Dragon and that stuff. So all that. Comment down below and let me know your opinions on the books that I spoke about, or tell me what your least favorite and favorite books are of the year, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!